All rise. Order in the court. The Honorable Credence and Mikey, the legend.
Good to see you, Creed.
Hey, did you see that they were at your house? Adam the Woo was yesterday, apparently.
He was at my house?
Yeah, your
Wow.
last name house, which apparently is the most haunted place in all of California.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I've always wanted to visit there. There's been several movies made about it. Yeah. Now, by the way, before anybody starts yelling at me about the thumbnail and what it says on the thumbnail.
What does it say? I didn't see it.
If I was black, you would be dead. I did not say that. That is a quote from this case. Just before anybody gets a hair, says all kinds of craziness. But yeah, that comes from this case. It's not nothing where it's not how we feel. Just like the Chinese guy that came in yesterday and was asking us how we could end racism in America or something.
We're making jokes. We have no idea what the hell it says. It's just the Chinese writing.
I figured it was something about me and Creed being in love with each other or something.
Something funny.
Something funny.
It was actually
not so funny.
That. Pam, look at you making such great decisions already today. I love that.
There's only one person I love more than Mrs. Butterworth, and that's Mrs. Butterfield. That's right.
The field.
Making great life choices, and you can't say anything bad about that. And you'll be the first one on the monetary monorail.
I watched a bunch of YouTube stuff about that yesterday, including the.
I was so stuck to it.
The guy from the Coast Guard, I guess they were in Boston, and he's answering questions, and I mean, there's not a lot that you can say. They were up against ours. I mean, is it crushed? I mean, there's so much to it. Those of you who don't know, in the chat, everybody let us know about it. But yeah, this submarine of 5 people,
and I watched a thing last night. I stayed up late last night watching different things about it. And there was an interview with Dan Abrams where he interviewed this guy, the guy who owns the company that was supposed to be in the sub.
Oh, God.
But had to stay back because of a client emergency.
Oh, geez.
And he was saying that they were already supposed to be gone and out there looking already. But because of government paperwork was holding them up, and they were losing hours and hours and hours that they could be out there. He said we should be able to get there still in time, but very at the end of their window, not like in the middle. Like,
I mean, there were questions about, like, I mean, once you do find them, they did have sonar. They did say that they had sonar that could locate them. But nobody was really answering the questions about the 6 miles worth of cable, basically, that you need to bring it up and stuff like that. I mean, it's just, man, it is insanity. But we're past the window now at this point, right?
There's so many conflicting reports about exactly when that window was, because some people are saying that typically they give you 24 hours to locate you before they report it to the Coast Guard. So 24 hours could have already went by before it was even reported. And there was one guy saying, you know what? There's a better chance that there was a leak and it was over
basically
quick.
Crushing
instant. It was over like quick. Like,
let's
super
hope.
Quick.
Honestly, that's best case scenario, really, other than being rescued.
Very rich people, by the way, $250,000 a person.
And it's not their first rodeo, from what I understand, too. They've done this.
One's a father and son. Ooh, I hope they find them alive.
Tiffany, hopefully. Love that. Great to see you. Checking in from Providence, Rhode Island. Very nice. All right.
The land of Peter Griffin.
And Lisa. I completely forgot it is Taco Tuesday.
It is, Creed. It is. And it's Leather and Lashes Day.
Leather and Lashes Day, and it is Taco Tuesday. And Dave,
Dave is here,
maybe. We'll see. It is possible. Well, good to see everybody. So I guess we've got a TPO with Judge Dude, I believe, today.
Yeah, right? The dude is back. And I don't know if he's got eyeliner on. I don't know. It looks weird. He looks kind of something's off today. I don't know what it is about him. His look. I mean, I have no room to talk about people's looks, but I'm just telling you what I see. Just telling you what I see. Don't forget as well at 3:30 today, we're Credence and Mikey. Another new court case will be dropped in your lap. And Creed, I encourage you to watch this one because it is
All right.
by far one of the funniest, saddest, and craziest court cases we have ever done. There's so many moving parts. I don't want to give anything away, but it's a grandma signing for a grandson to get like a Dodge Charger. We'll just leave it at that.
All right.
Just leave it at that. Just let it go.
That.
Let's go to court.
Very good. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. And you came to know, how did you come to know the respondent, Miss Williams?
Oh, we were neighbors like back in 2012.
All right. Does she live in DeKalb County?
Sorry to already stop this. Yeah. Yeah. What's up with the eyes? There's something going on there.
Smoky eyes, I believe the ladies call that. I don't know. I'm not a Worman. He's going through an emo phase right now. I don't know.
I can see
bad
the
lighting.
Goth, I can see the goth thing happening a little bit. I can see that.
Judge Dude of Doom. Dude of Doom.
I mean, honestly, the funniest part of the story is like if he had a daughter that just like put a bunch of makeup on him and he forgot that he had court like in a few minutes. And he had
like a Father's Day thing, yeah.
Something like that. Donna, not Luce, like I like to call you,
but Luce, like I like to call you. Thank you, Donna.
Appreciate you. Yeah, hair's not bad at all today. Actually,
no, it's worse. It's worse for sure, man. I'm telling you. I don't know what it is though.
I mean, maybe because he knows how popular on YouTube he is now. He's hired like we had to hire, people in the truck. Maybe he's hired a makeup artist. I don't know. It's possible.
Anything's possible.
Yes.
All right. And you filed a petition to begin this case that discusses an incident from May of this year. Talk us through what happened.
All right. It all started like I was doing like a construction job for her on her backyard, but we got a little bit of problems there and stuff. But it came to a point where she said she was gonna take me to court for that job, and I was like, okay, it's fine, take me to court, and then we go to court, and whatever the judge said, we go by that. But the thing that I didn't like was like when she like we were face to face. I was inside her house. I was sitting on her table, and she
That's rude.
threatened me. Like she said that I was lucky.
Thank you, Dave. 10. And T-Gank, you, Dave, for T-Gank, you, Dave, on 10 gifted memberships.
And also, I like that he said, you don't know how lucky you are to get these 10 gift memberships. Creed, he said he went over to her house and sat on her table. That's already a mistake.
Yeah, I can only think of like she walks up to him and his legs are, you know what I mean? Like, and she gives him
akimbo.
Mm-hmm. Like that.
They're neighbors, Creed, not lovers.
Usually the other way around. Oh, neighbors typically don't
love thy neighbor.
Oh, so he walked into the neighbor's house and just sits on the table. Yeah, that's not a good start. Really isn't.
Especially in business.
That she was not black because she would have killed me. And then
there it is.
The next day I showed up to work, and then she was like, oh, Julian, I went to the police station, they confiscate all your tools, and that's a lie. Cops are not gonna confiscate tools. She took my tools into her house, she hauls my tools. So as soon as she told me that, I get out of her property. I went into my car. We were on the phone because she was seeing the cameras. When I got there, she called me. She was telling me the police confiscate everything. I was like, okay. I get out of her property, went to my car. We were on the phone, and while we were on the phone, I was recording on my other phone because I got two phones. I was recording on the other one.
Bragger.
And I caught an audio where she admits that she said she was that she threatened me to kill me, and where she says she felt motivated to say that. And then the next day, she was calling me like at 2 a.m, like calling me every single time, every single minute, like all day long. She was texting me. I told her to stop texting me. She wanted to take me to court for the job thing. I was like, okay, take me to court, but just leave me alone. And she kept texting me. She admits there in the text that she was harassing me. And I filled up all that proof and evidence.
A texting relationship with any of your neighbors?
Well, like he said, they had entered into a job thing. He's not really being very specific about what the job thing is, and that the police had come and taken his tools from the job thing he was doing for her at the
I do
house.
agree with him. That doesn't sound right. I mean,
Nah, the police would never
cops
take your
come.
stuff, man. Come on. Never, ever, ever, ever.
But yeah, that's where it came from. We heard it straight out of his mouth.
Yeah.
He did
That's
say
if
that.
he would be killed.
And kids court cases, that's pretty funny that Cynthia comes over and is rude to you as well. So Cynthia is just a serial bitch.
Offender. Yeah.
Yes.
To the court email.
So, what was
This judge got like all kinds
okay?
of makeup
So,
on. It's like,
was anyone there to overhear the death threats that were made?
Yeah, one of
Silence
my
the
workers,
lambs.
but he's not in Georgia anymore. He's in North Carolina, and he doesn't speak English.
Right.
So,
my boy.
I'll use the sort of vague term, the problematic interactions you had with her were across May 23rd and 24th, roughly.
Mhm.
Okay. And so,
Mhm.
you said you had known her for a number of years prior to this, and she was a former neighbor.
She used to babysit me.
When did you two begin to, I guess, when did she try to enlist your help with whatever this construction project was?
April of this year.
Okay. And since the incidents, May 23rd, 24th, what has happened? What contact, if any, has there been between you and her?
Just phone calls, like
Thank you, Gary.
like from that day, she told me she was gonna take me to court, so I stopped all the like like contact with her, all the communication. And then I told her as well, like, leave me alone, because I mean, you already death threatening me and all that, so just leave me
Death
alone. If
threatening
you're gonna take me to court, take me to court. We're gonna go to court, and whatever the judge says, we're gonna go by the judge. But just leave me alone right now. She was even calling my little sister, because I mean, we've been knowing each other about this. So I told her, look, please stop harassing me. And she was like, keep just harassing me. Like, you can see it there in the text when I asked her, like, days before, and then 2 days, the next day, or like 2 days later, she will be texting me again.
Again, he was supposed to do a job for her.
All right. Mr. Akinyele, do you have any questions you wish to ask Mr. Morales?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, she brought a lawyer.
All right, Mr. Morales,
Yes, sir.
you and Ms. Williams agreed. She asked you to construct a sunroom for her around April 26th. Is that correct, sir?
That's right.
And you wrote her a contract by text on April 26th that you were going to complete it for $32,000 inclusive of materials and labor. Is that correct, sir?
Woo. That's right.
All right.
That's a lot of money.
And on the same date, she did ask whether or not the permit was also included in that $32,000, and you responded yes.
Mhm.
Right?
That's right.
Okay. And you also told her that you were a licensed contractor, did you not?
Does she have proof of that? Because I did.
I'm asking you a question.
You're under oath, so you've been asked. Did you
It
tell
don't work
her
that way, bud.
you were a licensed contractor?
I didn't.
You did
I
not.
never asked, and I never told her. She
All right.
never asked.
So you
Very quickly, Mikey, we have a PP check. PP check Mile two.
Come
Is
on.
that how they said 92K? No.
I think she said 32,000 dollars. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's still a lot.
But I mean, it's a sunroom, Creed. So
Wow.
what do you expect?
Better be a nice sunroom. By the way, not only was she text messaging, but she was also, I've got a piece of the voicemail that was sent to
Excellent.
him from the neighbor as well.
You have a
Very
big penis?
Oh, whoa,
Who-
that's inappropriate.
Offered to construct a sunroom for $32,000, even though you knew you were not a licensed contractor, correct?
Yeah. That's right.
All right. However, you did tell her that the permits were going to be obtained for this project, right?
That's right.
And that
But-
was inclusive in that $32,000.
That's right. But it was
All
one
all
initial
inclusive.
measurement, and she added a different measurement. So I told her like, I got a friend who's a general contractor. He's gonna get the permits, but he was charging me $4,500, and I told her that it was too much because of the part that she added, and I told her that that was gonna increase the price, and then she refused to pay. She was like, "Oh, I mean, you already started." And then I continued with the job.
Mr. Morales, you are aware that permits in DeKalb County do not cost $4,500. They're usually about $100 and something. Is that correct? You know
Yes,
that.
sir. But I'm not a licensed contract. He is a licensed contract, and he was
Right.
charged for his licensed
So
contract.
you were not a licensed contractor, but illegally agreed to construct a sunroom without a license. Isn't that correct, sir?
All right.
Right?
Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
So you just admitted to that.
Uh,
And
I love how this-
hold on a second.
I like this guy.
Is this smart on his part? Because if she turns around and sues him for this money back,
Yeah.
he's just like letting flow everything that's going on here, man. He's giving all kinds of details and evidence and agreeing. And
Now there could be, though, he could be doing the work as a subcontractor of a licensed contractor. I've heard things like that before, and that's kind of how they cover themselves sometimes, but maybe not in this case. He just straight up went
mean,
for it.
it's almost like, look, it's $4,500. It's illegal, so I mean, it's going to cost me a lot more, Your Honor. 25 bones in the PP, by the way,
Oh,
very close to $31,999.
Thank you.
And I guess we're not friends and family anymore. I don't know.
Oh no, did she take us off the friends and family?
I guess so. They took a
This
little
is-
piece.
It's a straight business around here, guys. It's
They took a little piece.
leather and lashes, whatever we can do to get into your better side.
Back in your good graces of friends and family.
Just let us know.
when you sent her that text message on April 26th,
Yeah, in the way this, I like this guy. I like how he says, "Okay, so you just admitted that."
Yeah, he's like,
That's not
you
good.
just admitted to that. Great. I gotcha.
to do the job for $32,000, you indicated that you were going to divide that amount into 3 installments of 33%, 33%, and 34%. Is that correct, sir?
That's right.
Okay. You said 33% upfront or at front is what you wrote.
Mhm.
33% during the process and 34% at the end. Isn't that correct, sir?
That's right.
All right. She wrote you a check for $10,560 on April 26th. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay. And Judge, I don't really need to show the exhibits unless there's any dispute. Everything I've asked so far, it's in my exhibit. But
I just want to ask the judge, is this court about the TPO or is it about the business stuff? Because I'm the petitioner and I felt a TPO thing, not a.
This is only the only ruling I'm making today really is a thumbs up or thumbs down in regards to the TPO.
Right.
So if this may establish an evidentiary record for other proceedings that Mr. Akinyele or you or whoever else could seek to use in other criminal proceedings.
Oh, sewer runs. First of all, thank you for the 2
a little too late on that warning, Judge, because I'm pretty sure he has just put himself in a bad way.
So that's interesting how he just put it. I mean, you can use this testimony in other court cases. So if they plan on doing that, interesting. Live on patrol backseaters, welcome. Always good to see you.
Or excuse me, other proceedings of whatever form. But the only ruling that'll be made today, the only power I have over anything today is in regards to your protective order petition. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, carry on.
Okay, so she wrote you a check for $10,560 on April 26. Is that correct, sir?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. It's a yes or a no.
It's a yes, sir.
All right. And on May 2nd, so that would have been the first approximately 33%. Is that correct, sir?
That's correct.
On May 2nd, you asked her for another check. She paid you $6,000. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
It's a yes or a no.
Yes, sir.
Okay. On May 9th, you asked for and she paid you another check for $6,000. Is that correct, sir?
No, sir. She gave me a 4,000 first, and then she gave me another 6,000.
Okay. So May 10th, I have that she wrote you a check for 4,000.
Yeah, I think it was 4,000 check.
Okay. So on May 9th, you don't remember receiving a check for 6,000?
It was 2 checks of 6,000 and 1 check of 4,000. I don't remember the dates.
Okay.
The amount.
If the clerk would, well, I don't really need to go into it. But you do admit you received around May 9th and 10th, 6,000 and 4,000 respectively.
That's right.
Okay. And at this stage, this project was not even close to be half done. Is that correct, sir?
It was already with the roof on.
Okay. So she wrote you another check for $2,000 on May 13th. Is that correct, sir?
2,000, yes.
All right. And meanwhile, you had her actually pay for some materials through Home Depot that you went and picked up. Is that correct, sir?
That's right.
Okay. So despite the fact that you told her that the contract was inclusive of materials and labor, she was in fact paying for additional materials, right?
If you add all the paychecks, it doesn't add up to 32,000.
Okay, I'm just asking you, you contracted for 32, but you are having her pay for materials. Isn't that correct, sir?
We were just adding it to the amount. I was not paying her out of her pocket. I mean, it was out of her money, but it was not like I was charging it outside the amount I said.
Okay. And you told her at some point that you already purchased the windows that was supposed to be $12,000. Is that correct? Which was
I pre-ordered them. I never said I purchased them. I pre-ordered them because they're big. You got to pre-order them, and it takes 2 weeks to get there.
Okay. So at the time that you all started having a dispute, she had already written you checks approximating $30,000. Is that correct, sir?
It doesn't add up to $30,000.
All right. Okay. I'll let the judge figure it out. Now, on April 29th, she asked you about the permit, whether the permit was in process, right? Is that correct? You remember? All right. And you wrote back to her, permit is in process. My general contractor changed his price and he said it should be ready and out this coming week. He will go drop it off at your house. You remember writing her that text?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you initially started this project with her, nowhere did you mention anything about the general contractor being the person to get the permit. Is that correct, sir?
It was April 27, I think. I quite don't remember exact date when I started.
Right, but when you said the permit was going to be obtained on April 27th, you never mentioned that it was not you that was going to obtain the permit, that it was going to be a general.
I told her, man. I told her, sir, I'm sorry. I told
her,
she
man.
knew. Right. She just now trying to play the victim that she don't know stuff, but she knew.
So the dispute arose when she started asking you for your license. Is that correct, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you told her you had a license at home. You were going to go get it and bring it back. Isn't that correct? You remember?
Yeah. You know why? Because she,
yes or no?
yes, but she dead threatened me. That's why I say yes, because I was on her house. I was inside her house. I was sitting on her table, and she has a gun at home.
Right.
She was mad. She was screaming. She was going crazy.
All right.
This is going so badly for him.
So he's in the house, sitting on her table. She has a pew-pew in the house. He lies to her and says, "Okay, I'm leaving. I'm going to go get my license."
It's at the house. Even though he's never been a contractor ever, he doesn't have. He's not licensed in any way, shape, or form. He doesn't have any of the permits.
And keep in mind, these 12K windows, these would be in a sunroom, so they would not be like typical sizes, right? They would be custom,
kind of
oversized.
typically, just depending on if you want to use something that's standard or you need something custom made.
At least he was smart enough to correct himself and say "sir" on that.
I like that he said, "I didn't buy them, sir. I pre-ordered them." So you didn't spend any money on them? Is that what I mean, he is really he did not expect it to go this way.
I don't think so.
I think he thought he was coming in cut and dry, because he's like, "Judge, why is he asking me all these questions? Why?"
I'm also pretty sure, and right along with you guys in the chat, that this actually is a good start to another another court case that's going to be brought on. No matter what happens with this, I'm pretty sure she's going to go after him.
Oh my God, is she ever? She just laughed. I mean, she's laughing up a storm. You keep an eye on her. She has to turn her head and put her head down because she's laughing.
I mean, just keep asking him questions, and he keeps making it worse and worse for himself. But hey, we'll see where this goes. We'll see.
We've seen people pull it out. I mean, he's trying. He's brought up a pew-pew now out of nowhere.
Well, now it almost sounds as if she's trying to get that's how I am taking that piece that they just said before I paused it.
Yeah, he misled her for sure.
I'm pretty sure that's where that's where we're going here.
So if I say, "Oh, what if I get shot?"
Okay, right. So on May 23rd is when you said there was this alleged death threat. Isn't that correct, sir? When you were at her house on May 23rd, right?
May 23rd.
Right.
I went to her house. I showed up to work because we verbal agree on her. I was gonna finish the project.
Okay.
She agreed. And the next day, she told me that she went to the police station. The cops confiscate all my tools, and that's a lie. She was hostage.
Morales, just answer my question.
She's holding hostage.
All right. You will have a chance to explain to the court. All right.
Hostage crisis.
On May 22nd, that was before you came to her house that you had this alleged death threat. She asked you for your license on May 22nd, not on May 23rd. Isn't that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you told her on May 22nd you were going to bring it to her house. Isn't that correct?
Ivana, nice to see you. Do you know Ivan by any chance? Just wondering.
Good to see you. Glad you're here.
Ivana is a female version of Ivan, if I'm not mistaken.
He's really making a mess of things.
This guy is making.
He's going to
not
pull it together.
Ivan.
Not Ivan.
This guy here.
This guy up here, yeah, with his. By the way, the photo thing behind him says Faith, and he should be losing his right now.
Yes, right.
She did the threats on person on May 22nd.
Okay. On May 23rd is actually when you were at her kitchen table. Is that correct, sir?
No, sir. It was May 24th.
May 24th.
After you were already threatened?
I got the recordings.
All right. Let me just.
Yeah, you just fell right into his trap. You said you were afraid of her, but yet you come to her house and sat down after she already threatened to kill you.
Oops.
Boy.
This is why you hire
Judge,
a lawyer.
if I will permit the court, I think it's exhibit 31. It's a video.
Oh,
just,
we get to
3-1.
31, yes.
Can we see the
31.
kitchen?
All right,
Dining
Madam
room
Clerk,
table
are you able
with
to,
him sitting on it, please?
do you know if that came through to screen share?
Oh, what we got?
Yes, I have a video for May 23rd.
Well, I can write your license. I'll show you them because there's the key. I'll go to my house and get it. Let it forward.
Okay.
That's him saying,
you.
I have a license and
So-
I'll go to my house and get it.
That recording is for May 23rd, where she asked you for your license and you said, I'm going to go right now to get it. Isn't that correct, sir?
Yeah, I see the date there is 23rd.
All right.
Leave it on you.
So, and that is the same date that you alleged that she threatened you. Is that correct?
Yes, the same
Okay.
camera should have recorded that part too.
Okay, no, that's actually the security camera that recorded it. Now, so you and the specifics, what she said is she never said, I'm going to kill you, Julian. Isn't that correct, sir? She said, based on your statement, let me actually refer back to you what you wrote. Okay. You wrote,
oh, this lawyer's picking it apart.
He's
I mean, it's obvious, but now he's adding insult to injury basically at this
the
point.
carcass. He's just picking the bones at this point again.
Play devil's advocate for just a second, though. Just a second. You know, he could. I feel as if he was rolling towards something, but I think he's lost now. He could have said that he was a bit scared, like he knew that there was a pew pew there and she was threatening me, and I will say anything at that point to get out of there.
Yeah.
Right? Because he brought that. Remember when we paused it right there, that's what he said about the pew pew and that he wanted to leave, but then he just left that there like nothing. That's what I would have said right there. Is I would have said, I would have said anything to get out of there. Like, I'm leaving right now. I'm going to go get it because I'm scared because she threatened me. Right?
Yeah.
But that's why you get lawyers and don't do this yourself.
Never do it yourself.
Kirdaw, thank you. Is there an Ivana and Ivana Humpalot here? Ivana, I say Ivana Humpalot, please.
in the petition on page 10, line 3 or caption 3. Okay, you said on or about May 23rd, the respondent violated OCGA 16-5-90. I was at her house. She wanted to talk to me, and she.
Wedlaw, thank you for the twofer.
I have a feeling the sunroom is nothing but sticks. I have a feeling that it's barely begun.
I'm hoping that there are pictures of it. I mean, there should be for this case. But
She said I was lucky she wasn't Black because Black people will be willing to go to jail and risk their freedom to get even. And you paraphrase, meaning that she will kill me if she was Black.
Hold on.
Right? Is that essentially what you told?
She admitted to saying what the attorney just said, and then they said he turned around and paraphrased it. That was that. Can we hear that piece, that tiny piece again, Creed? Because that
absolutely, yeah.
That is definitely
on your statement. Let me actually refer back to you what you wrote. Okay, you wrote in the petition on page 10, line 3 or caption 3. Okay, you said on or about May 23rd, the respondent violated OCGA 16-5-90. I was at her house. She wanted to talk to me. And she said, I was lucky she wasn't Black because Black people will be willing to go to jail and risk their freedom to get even. And you paraphrase, meaning that she will kill me if she was Black, right? Is that essentially what you told the court?
That's right.
Right.
All right. So he took that a little bit differently, then.
He did. And I mean, that could say that she's speaking to the loyalty that some people have. I don't think it really depends on the race, to be honest with you. It's kind of okay, but maybe she's speaking to the loyalty among thieves. Not going to take this lying down.
Regardless of what she said, that's not life threatening. I don't think towards
no.
her. So there's that.
Right. That that a Black person could potentially kill you because of what you did in having stolen her money based on what she actually accused you of.
Did I not build something? Did I not spend money on material?
Answer my question. Isn't that what? Yes or no?
Can you repeat your question?
That she said that a Black person may have could potentially have killed you for what you did in taking the money. Is that correct? Right. She never said, Julian, I'm going to kill you. Is that correct?
When we were over the phone, I
Yes or
told her, and she admits it.
Yes or no? Did she ever say in that conversation, Julian, I'm going to kill you?
In that conversation, she didn't say that,
Okay.
but she mean it.
All right. And then after that conversation, you actually worked at that house building a French drain. You never left. You worked that same day on the 23rd until the end of the day. Isn't that correct?
Look at her.
You,
Yes,
you were there all day.
We agree on her. We agree on her that I was gonna finish.
Yes or no? Were you there on the 23rd?
I did work that.
I'll give her credit because she's reacting to what he said, but she's doing it in a very nice way. And it's not more of a laugh as much as it is somewhat of a satisfactory feeling that she's got it. I think it's classy anyways, compared to what we're used to.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Classy.
You can tell she's certainly reacting to what he's saying in a way that I don't blame her. But
and you should react the same way by liking this video. Please and thank you.
That's right. He went back to work after that, so obviously he's not afraid.
Okay. You did not leave until late that afternoon. Isn't that correct, sir?
That's correct. I worked there.
So even though you felt death threatened, you stayed at that house on the 23rd.
There's the second time we've said death threatened, by the way. And Donna, thank you for the laugh. So you wouldn't have murdered him, you're saying?
Saying you would not have murdered him. Well, this guy thinks you would have.
She left for work. She left for work.
Wait. Let me ask the questions. My turn to ask questions. You stayed there for at least, I don't know, 6 hours that day?
Yeah, around 4, 5, 6 hours.
And your employee, you had one person also working with you that day. Isn't that correct, sir?
That's right.
All right. And she came back and you finished that day, you left, and you came back on May 24th. Isn't that correct, sir?
That's right.
Right? On May 24th is when she would not open the door for you. Isn't that correct?
That's right.
Okay. And she told you that she was filing a police report, and she told you that she was confiscating your tools. Isn't that correct, sir?
She didn't tell me that she did. She told me that the police did.
Okay, that's fine. But you left that day because she refused to allow you to continue any more work. Isn't that correct?
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Well, why did you leave?
Because I didn't have tools to work with.
Okay. So even though you felt threatened on the 23rd, you would still have worked on the 24th. Isn't that correct, Mr.
Yes, we agree on finishing the job, and I wanted to be over with it because she was a pain calling me, texting me at 2 a.m.
Right. So, let's see, conversations. So you guys then had conversations around May 25th, where you said that you felt death threatened. Is that you sent out text messages? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that yes, the judge will decide it in court because she had told you she was taking you to court. Isn't that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you actually wrote several, let me see, inflammatory text messages to her around the 25th. Isn't that correct, sir? You were the one that was.
I feel bad. Can we just Judge, just stop it here? Like, seriously,
throw it in a towel.
Just stop really bad. Like,
it's on the ropes.
This is a beating. Like, this is.
He's just wearing this guy out.
I love this lawyer, but also at the same time, I don't think this was too hard of a case here. I think he made it kind of easy.
I mean, he's whooped him.
Yes,
whooped him good.
Hector, 100%. My God, I almost feel bad for him right now because it's such a beating. Seriously. Oh my God. Donna had a quick question. No stupid questions.
No stupid questions here.
Just stupid people. Just kidding. That's a joke. I said that one time and pissed Carol off, by the way.
You did.
Is being a subscriber the same as joining your pages? I don't see a join button. No, Donna, the only difference, and we appreciate you being a subscriber, by the way, which is great. You'll get alerts when we go live and stuff like that if you turn the notifications on. The joining part is for membership, something you absolutely do not have to do. But we do offer some fun times behind what they call a paywall.
Yeah, it's just an extra way to support us and help us. You can turn on gifts, by the way, to get free memberships wherever you're watching on YouTube's. You can also purchase one yourself for as little as $3 a month across any of our channels.
Yeah, whichever one you like. But no, that is the difference. If you don't see the join button, you can exclamation point join in the chat. I believe that'll bring it up. Depending on where you're at. And otherwise, I don't know. Are you on an Apple phone? Because for some reason, YouTube makes things very difficult for Apple users.
Hates it.
Calling her names. Is that correct? You told her she was a psycho?
I was the one texting her. She was the one texting me.
All right. And Judge, I'd like to just show on the court, and this is it. After
He's not
this,
done yet.
It's exhibits
Brigitte.
32, 32, 33, 34, and 35. We can just go in order. So we'll show the back and forth on the text messages.
All right, Madam.
People will hire anybody when you're talking about saving literally thousands. That's the problem. It's all the money.
I mean, I don't know how much it would really cost to build this thing, but it seems like he really, I don't know, raked her over the coals, man. $32,000 to build a sunroom.
It seems
Pricey.
like a lot, especially for somebody that is not a licensed contractor. But
yeah, your neighbor,
you know.
your neighbor friend that does building stuff.
Madam Clerk will pull that up momentarily.
Oh God.
Okay.
Receipts.
So on the 25th, you wrote the fact that because she didn't pay the $4,500, so you told her don't act stupid. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if I can roll that up, please.
Yeah.
And that she was in reference to my trashy sunroom that
My trashy sunroom is gone. My 30,000 were gone. My trashy sunroom. This poor lady. I do kind of feel bad. I mean,
It's falling down, Creed.
$3,000 is gone. Okay. You said, okay, Lola, I'll see you in court. Is that correct? All right.
Yeah.
And she responded, and you are the victim. Hell no. Permit
business cards for Jasmine, I believe her name is.
Jasmine.
That's right. She did. Just tell her code Mikey when you call and set up the date.
It doesn't cost that much. Is that correct? That's what she wrote back?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And you wrote back, I'll lock you now. This was, I think, at 3:04 p.m. Is that correct?
That's right.
All right. Let's go to exhibit 30.
I'll block you now.
Okay. And you wrote back on that same Thursday, May 25th. The previous one was on May 24th. Okay. May 25th at 10 a.m. You wrote, ha, ha, ha. You see where your husband money goes. All your money all goes in his bank account, not mine. Stop playing the victim here. That's what you wrote her. Is that correct?
Yeah, but why should
Yes,
so
yes or no?
He should just, at this point, just not say anything, right? Like, I mean, just yes, no, yes, no. Mikey, we need a Maury Povich clip saying that was a lie. I actually think that would be good if you had that.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Mikey's on it. That was pretty quick. All right, I'll give you that. Good job.
Morales.
Oh, but why you skipping? Why you skipping gaps there? I was not the one. I was not the first one texting her. She was the one texting me first all day long.
You are the petitioner. Baby. You have the opportunity to present your case, okay? And then she wrote you back, no, stop playing a victim. You will pay. Isn't that correct, sir?
She texted that.
All right. All right. And if you can go up, please. Okay, Lola, if you decide, oh, let's go. I'm sorry. I just want to read that. Okay, Lola, you wrote, if you decide by the judge, then I will pay because of the judge's decision, not yours. So bye, I'll block you now. Have a great day. And she wrote back, have a great day, scammer. And you wrote back, thanks, psycho. And she wrote a bogus contractor. Is that correct, sir?
That's correct.
All right, Judge, I'm not going to belabor.
All right. I'm sorry. That's definitely pretty funny. I like that.
That's amazing.
That's making good choices, Ivana.
Ivana, you've just joined into a club that you could never get out of.
That's right.
Or
Wait till you
want
see
to.
all the benefits.
Just wait.
No. Aqua Rain.
pull the court with additional information. I think this is sufficient to show there's
Tomorrow.
no validity under 16590. Are we, anything else? No further questions for him.
All right, Mr. Morales, do you
Thank
have
God.
any other witnesses you intend to call at this time?
No, sir, because he doesn't speak English, and I don't know, he's working right now.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
you said he's
no.
also in North Carolina, although we are on Zoom. All right, so Mr. Akinyele, you had a motion at this time?
Yes, Judge, I have a motion, a directed verdict to
You know, again, if it's not bad enough for this dude that this lawyer is just killing it. The judge with a mic drop situation there.
I can't
Crazy.
believe Judge Dude just came with that. Yeah, we definitely couldn't get up with him in North Carolina, even though we're doing this over Zoom.
Wow, Judge Dude, look at you. I want more of that, Judge Dude. We don't get to see enough of that.
Enough sassy eye makeup, Judge Dude.
Oh, that was great.
dismiss this case. I find that he has not met the burden under OCGA 16-5-90 to show a pattern of intimidating conduct. And let me just go back to his own a pattern of intimidating conduct or harassment that would necessitate the court granting such a petition. She made allegedly a conditional statement on May 23rd that if I was a Black person, I'll do this. The courts know that that conditional statement is never an affirmative evidence of threat of a threat of any kind. And moreover, a one-time allegation does not meet the requirements of the statute that requires repetitive conduct, at least 2 incidents of it.
How would you feel?
This is his argument. It is not your turn to speak.
Right. And so if I would go back to his own petition under page 10, that the acts of contact had no legitimate purpose, had happened at places other than the residence of the respondent. It had only happened at the residence of the respondent. Text messages that went back and forth was about contract dispute. After May 25th, there was no further contact with these folks. Obviously, Ms. Williams will decide on how to proceed. With respect to his allegation in 4, that she kept his tools. Yes, she did in fact keep the tools. That does not really meet any issue under the Stalking Act. I've told him this morning I'm going to give him his tools back. I'll be the conduit. I'll turn his tools over to him and we will see him in court. But Judge, he does not meet the requirements of 16-590. And under case Ramsey versus Middleton, 310 Georgia Appeals 300, no pattern of behavior that was designed to harass or intimidate the petitioner.
Is he trying to get it thrown out?
Yeah, there are a number of issues here, and enough that I really don't know where to start. But Mr. Akinyele has touched on most of them. This is, if somebody wanted to be particular, I think they could parse out this series of text message exchanges into separate statements or acts. But even so, what stalking orders really require at their core, Mr. Morales, is the words intimidation and harassment are words that have legal definitions beyond simply being bothered. They have an undercurrent of violence and threats to them. And while you've given credible testimony that a conditional threat was made in that context, one, to take that as a terroristic threat, that outside corroboration is important. But irrespective of that, even if that were there, what you have is quintessentially one interaction, one allegation that would really fit the nature of what we're dealing with here. And the remainder of the conduct that carries on from both of you, you and you're continuing to work and interface with this person, and her continuing to, I'll use the term hound you about her concerns about the work being done. That is not contact for no legitimate purpose. That is not conduct to intimidate and harass. I say this as a lawyer. Nobody likes lawyers. Nobody likes the legal system. Nobody likes finding themselves entangled in the legal system. And so we have many cases that come before this court where people are in a position like yours, that people are either threatening or undertaking legal action in regards to a dispute they have with the other party. But the reality of that situation is that does not require a protective order, nor should it, because the legal system is here to hash out disputes. That is what it exists to do. And the evidence presented here is insufficient to establish that pattern and that purpose that is required for a stalking order to be extended. And so under the circumstances presented, I think I'm required by law to dismiss the petition. I'm glad to hear that there is some clarity as to the factual state of the tools, and that Mr. Akinyele has graciously agreed to provide for their safe return. I will allow those communications to happen between counsel and Mr. Morales offline and separate from here. My paperwork disposing of this matter will be entered into the record sometime this week and available for anyone who should need a copy.
Wow.
Mr. Morales, do you have a question?
Yes, sir. Okay, so can you go, or did you guys get my evidence? Because she skipped a lot of text there where she admits that she was harassing me. So she admitting that she's harassing me, that's a proof there. And
The
then
colloquial use of that term is different than the legal definition of that term as it relates to these type of orders. And when she is sending you messages because you two are in an ongoing contract dispute, no matter how relentless she is in doing that, she's doing it with a purpose, not for no legitimate purpose, not for the purpose of intimidating and harassing you. She's doing it for the purpose of pursuing a favorable resolution in the contract dispute, which is ongoing with you. And so that is a difference than, for example, many stalking cases that come before this court involve two parties who have dated the same person. One of them used to date them and the other one dates them now. And one or the other one hates the other because of that. And it's a series of messages about how terrible and how nasty and how ugly and how stupid and everything else the other person is, because one of them has either taken the man or lost the man, or taken the woman or lost the woman as a partner, and the other is upset about it. That is conduct for no legitimate purpose. Your decision to cut off communication in this situation is an appropriate one, because what it does is in some ways expedite the path of this matter to the legal system for whatever civil disputes may follow. But the back and forth that happened prior to that cutoff is not the type of back and forth that is appropriate for a stalking order to issue. And part of the issue in this case, and in all protective orders that come before this court, is that it requires a ruling from the judge that the order is reasonably necessary to prevent future incidents of stalking. And what seems to have happened here is that the two of you, in the 3.5 to 4 weeks since the petition was filed, have very quickly come to the realization that remedies need to be pursued through the civil court system, and that they will be pursued, and that conversation between the two of you is no longer productive.
So in other words, please take him to court. It makes sense, is what he's saying there.
You've got so much now. You just gave him so many things that he can take you apart with in a civil suit. It won't be that hard, because they'll be using this in the next case. You can count on that.
All right. Well, that's good news, right? Benign is a good thing. Awesome.
That's good stuff.
Glad to hear that. Seriously. I like what he's doing here, and I like how he's throwing in that part too.
And based on that mutual determination, based on her hiring of an attorney and you ceasing to communicate electronically, I don't believe that this order is necessary to prevent future acts of stalking, even if we were to agree as a matter of fact and law that acts of stalking have previously occurred. So that is my ruling for today. I will place the parties to the case back in the waiting room. Mr. Akinyele, I believe that's all you have on today's calendar. And if that's correct, you're welcome to be excused as well.
That's correct. I just want to give Mr. Morales my cell phone. He can text me so we can coordinate how he gets his tools back.
I don't know if you're able to use the chat.
Sure,
If not, we can see if you can put it in the chat.
Wow.
So that's an
By the-
interesting one. So it
yeah.
didn't get denied, just so you know. But
Just got thrown out.
Yeah.
He said, please don't waste the court's time ever again with this. This is by far one of the roughest sessions we've seen with I mean, I know there's people that pay a lot of money to get their ass kicked like that, but whew, man, oh man, that was hard to watch.
Kendra, you missed a grade A ass kicking there. I don't think we've ever seen more of a cut and dry.
If we have ever told you guys, never go to court without an attorney. This is the perfect video to remind you why. Never go to court without an attorney.
I mean, that civil suit sounds like it's going to be pretty easy if she does.
And it's coming. She probably went straight and filed for it right after this.
And I'm hoping somebody had mentioned it in the chat. And I think you're absolutely right. I think they need to build a fence if they are true neighbors. So they might be down the street, but
I think he said he had to move, or she moved. I don't know. I'm hope she didn't move with that beautiful sunroom.
Damn. Oh man. I mean, listen, I get it. I couldn't imagine. I watched one out of Detroit. I forget his name. They're great YouTube videos out of Detroit where he runs around. His name's Rob, I think. Runs around and confronts people like contractors and stuff. You know what I mean? Like the Hall of Shame. That guy.
That's what scares me about getting anything done in my house. I'd have to hire somebody because I am not that guy to put in a new kitchen or anything like that.
And it's not like you just hand them money when everything's done. No, there's always some money up front as you go. You're putting a lot into it.
It'd be a week, and then next thing is 6 months later, and you're still eating out of a cooler.
Oh yeah. Could you imagine? Yeah, and that's one thing on the Hall of Shame ones that you see, or that they'll show you. He'll go and talk to them, and these people got like a whole kitchen, just there's nothing there, it's just gutted, or even a bathroom.
Oh my gosh, that was rough. If you're looking for something else that's going to be mind-blowing, we have a case that's going to be dropping over on Credence and Mikey on YouTube's exclusively over there today at 3:30. You do not want to miss this. I'm going to tell you, it's Mrs. Hogan, by the way, is the lady's name. Mrs. Hogan has hired an attorney to help her. That's not an attorney. It's really weird. There's Creed. We actually see some. I don't want to get too much
name right there. Rob Wolchek. Thank you.
There it is. You do not want to miss this. I'm telling you.
Make
sure you go over there and watch it because it's so good. It's so good. So good. Oh my goodness. Also, by the way,
on the main channel, you said
exclusively on Credence and Mikey at 3:30 today. Make sure you go over there and like it and all that stuff. But also, Creed, last night I found an 1.5-hour video we've never watched that had been in that 1,600 videos that I'm going through. Of Judge Marbell doing his thing. And I'm like, wow, we got a Marbell we've never seen.
Afternoon. I'm District Judge Herman Marable from 67th District Court here in Flint.
Yeah, I said Marbell.
That's right. You said it right. Everybody coming in just in time to say goodbye. Be kind. Please rewind.
Yeah, man. It's the cool thing to do. All the cool kids are doing it.
I like that one. That was very interesting. It was very different than what we typically see around here. So I like that. A little different. Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. All the comments, the likes, the new subs, the new people rolling through and saying, hey, love that.
Good
Absolutely
stuff.
love it. Today, the Sunroom Express, Pam Butterfield. Thank you. Great last name. Leather Lashes, Dave, Donna. Dave gave 10, man. Gary, Leather Lashes with a peepee. Super Ross, Dave. Kiernoff, Wenlaw. Ivana, welcome, and Dave. Thank you.
Gary, where are you?
Oh, another good time had by all, hopefully, Creed. Don't forget at 4:05 We got a chase. It's like we got a case, except for guess what? It's got chases in it. Not just chases, though. If you like true crime, like people doing time, we've got it all right there, everyone. We Got It Chase. You can see it on We Got It Chase on the YouTubes, or you're already on Credence and Mikey. It's available to you there as well. Don't forget, like this video, leave a comment. Stay safe. Creed, anything else?
No, that's it. We're G2G. We'll see you at 4:05. Looking forward to it. 3:30, actually. I see you in the chat. Mikey said I'd watch. I'm watching.
Oh, don't miss it, Creed.
I'm not going to miss
Don't miss it. I won't be there because I'll be doing something else, but don't miss it. Stay hard. Stay tuned. And top guys are
That was a beating. Bad one.
I haven't seen somebody take a beating like that since Rocky 3. When Mr. T beat up on Rocky Balboa.